what's up, Marshall Famil. I'm Jonas here, and I'm chilling with none other than John, aka Emcee Reach. And he took a moment to chill with me here at Saba Live. I only need 5 minutes of his time. I want to chop with him real quick, find out who he is, what he does, and why he does it. First of all, though, we got to fit check real quick, because my man has always got the dopest kicks on deck. And as I'm looking here, what is he? Some like the Grimace color purple monster fucking SV Dunks? Yeah. Alright, with the royal fitted purple hat. And can you give up a secret where you use? Baby daddy, I shop we're also associated with high these cases. A lot of stuff comes from Cargo Largo, man. That's what I'm doing. So, Ross, Cargo Largo. Are you thrifting, or are you just looking for hidden gems? Like, how do you find these places?
I'm really not a thrifter, man, but I've done it in the past.
What's the easiest?
Just straight retail, but yeah, dig around a little bit of everywhere, man.
You just like to find gems.
Yeah, man, for something cheap.
I love that shit. I love that shit. Now, the reason I touch on that is because to me, that's so fucking hip hop. One, because of the fashion, the flyness, the flavor that you always have. You're always well dressed. But on top of that, though, it's like digging in the crates and trying to find that record that nobody has in a way. It kind of has that vibe. So I want to kind of segue off of that and like, how do you find your samples or your gems that you then, cascade into the beats?
I think it's very much like shopping. Wherever there is inspiration. I went to see Godzilla vs. Kong. There was a sample that played in the middle of that, and I was like, Shazammed it and knew I was going to use it as soon as I got it. So whether it's YouTube, actual records, Spotify, I source wherever there's something dope.
Have dope, you'll be there. You're going to grab it and make it something dope for it. So, okay, I want to pick on, because I don't know if I would put you in a DJ category or not. I know you're a producer, MC. DJ Grimes a couple weeks ago had like an international incident where her Serato wasn't working, her equipment wasn't working. And so my question with that is just like, how would you as a DJ, as a producer, how would you handle a situation where your technology is sort of failing on you?
And that's always a challenge, right? Especially if you are performing at an event where you're only doing one side of your creativity, it would be very difficult to pivot in that situation.
Right.
But I've had that happen to me, man, on stage as a performer.
No shit.
Yeah, live battle of the bands. I did KJHK, University of Kansas, college radio. We did Battle of the Bands many years ago. Myself, DJ Steen, and Black. But that happened. I gave them this is back when I was performing on disc. Gave the house engineer my disc, and something was wrong with the system. It kept skipping. So essentially we had to pivot immediately. And I just had Steam play instrumentals, and I just rocked my sets over that.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, like,
see, you gotta have that flexibility.
Absolutely, man. I mean, technology fails, and so as a creative, you typically find ways to improvise.
All right. So, and I appreciate your time. I don't want to take up too much of this time. Emcee Reach, be on the move. You are, in a lot of ways, the underground staple of KC. A lot of people don't know, but he knows a lot of people, is connected to a lot of people. And you've seen a lot of things in your time. My question is, from your perspective, you're a traditional hip-hop, from how I'm looking at it, right? There's a lot of boom bap, there's a lot of beat structure, a lot of emphasis on that dusty vibe, that essence of hip-hop. Would you agree that KC has a bit of a split? I'm not going to say a divide, but a split personality when it comes to his hip-hop. There's the new school sound, and then there's sort of a true school sound, or original sound.
I think it's a melting pot.
Okay.
Being in the Midwest, we get influences from all sides. We're being influenced by the East Coast, by the West Coast. We're being influenced by the South. So I think you always get different flavors. There was a period in the 90s where a lot of Bay rappers were coming here, and that influenced a lot of our hip hop.
Right.
So that's a big part of the Kansas City hip hop sound. And then being the place where jazz, not where jazz was born, but the place where jazz grew up.
Yes.
There's a lot of jazz in it. So I think you get all kinds of flavors mixed in. And as you said, you get artists that what some would consider more purist, more old school, more dyed in the wool hip hop, and then you get the other side. You get the other side of the tracks where cats are doing maybe music that might have been influenced more by the West Coast.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, we get all different flavors, man. They say that we're last to get all of the trends. So the good news is it enables us to be informed by everything from everywhere.
Now, have you had media training? Because that was a hell of an answer.
No media training, man, but I've done media quite a bit in my day. So
there we go. So okay, now speaking of, how did you start? Like, what got you to picking up the MPC or the SP404 or whatever instrument you decided to get? What got you to Emcee Reach level?
Well, much like all of our stories, right? We always start with what we have, whatever's around the house. Floor model stereos, more modern Iowa stereos, click tapes, plug-in microphones, all of that, man, I think was the genesis of it. And then when you get to a stage where you're able to afford equipment, you start buying and piecing up, whether it's software or hardware.
Right.
But we get it out the mud, man. So we're always using whatever is around the house. Yeah.
There it is.
Whatever's around
that's so fucking hip hop that y'all don't understand. Like that's where it comes from. Plugging into the lamppost and just making it work, putting a nickel or a quarter on the record so that fucking plays a little bit better, All right, so here's a question I like to ask everybody, man. When the set is done, and because you've actually, I've seen you in a lot of different situations, whether you're just performing as a producer or doing a beat battle or just kind of chilling and hanging out and providing vibes. When the set is done and everyone's walked away from an Emcee Reach experience, what do you want them to walk away with? What experience do you want them to have?
I really just want people to note the versatility, right? To see all of the different colors, like all of the different things that I bring to the table. Like growing up a kid who fell in love first with R&B soul, I think is like the basis for all of it. In a lot of ways, the basis for hip hop. So I want you to feel that. I want you to feel the jazz influence growing up in a place like Kansas City. I want you to feel all of the things that I want to bring to the table, man. I want to bring a cinematic feel, a soulful feel to the table. So I just want you to come away thinking, man, this cat's got a lot of different things that have informed and shaped the sound, and I really dig the live.
You know what? Well, for those that don't know you, by talking to you, we can get that already. That you have different vibes, different layers, right? Yeah. No Shrek reference here, it's layers. But I think what's really, really dope is that, well, for me, listening to your music, listening to your beats, it's very, very, like the samples are esoteric and deep, but they also have like almost a pop culture reference. The way that you play with them, sometimes it's almost like you're playing with genres in the syncopation and the timing of the beat. You know what I mean? They have a funky groove to it, and then sometimes like, damn, am I hearing some merengue mixed in there? It's just got a real. It's got its own beat structure and signature that I really, really appreciate. And yet, this is important because a lot of guys that are beat makers, like hardcore beat makers, it doesn't feel like their beats are made with the MC in mind. Yours do. They have that like, oh, somebody's gonna rap on this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So, one, thank you. As someone who's a former MC, I appreciate those kind of beats. But do you have that in mind when you're making your beats? Like, do you go into it just to make the sound, to get the sound out your head, or to get someone on it?
I think, like you said, you see me in different formats. For a long time, I was battling, and it's like that has its own format.
Right.
And so, battling for so long, I never wanted to get locked into that battle type beat.
Okay.
I want to always create music with the intent of somebody rhyme it over, sing it over, whatever it might be. It always has a song structure to it.
That's what it is. That's what it is. My slow ass didn't understand. He was just giving us song structure. He was giving us what we hear every day, and I was expecting something.
Because I'm an artist first, man. So it's like those are the terms that I think in, and you never know where these beats are gonna go once you make them and put them out into the ether. You never know, man. Somebody might want to buy it, and if it's not conducive to, and if it doesn't have space for an artist,
now you gotta go back and
reformat.
Alright, man. So look, here's the question I've been asking everybody today. What's a go-to breakfast for Emcee Reach?
Go-to? So we're in the West Bottoms, right?
Yep.
A couple of minutes from here, up the road, back east and southeast of here, Mildred's. Mildred's KC is really dope. If you've never been there, it's in the Crossroads. They have a breakfast sandwich called the Standard.
Okay.
And it's dope. It's on sourdough, comes with steamed eggs, bacon, and they have like a Dijon mayo. Fire, my G. They also have like a really dope breakfast wraps, kind of like a breakfast burrito.
Okay.
Fantastic spot. And they have great coffee, so if you're ever in that area, man, please check Mildred's out. They got a couple of locations. They have one in the one near the public library downtown.
Okay.
And the other one's in the Crossroads.
Okay. We're gonna be, well, the wife is a big coffee head, so we're gonna be down there. And I love breakfast.
It's fire. You'll dig it. You'll dig it a lot.
Well, hey y'all, Bump Jonas here doing live interviews at Sabados. I just had a dope ass conversation with Emcee Reach. Bro, is there, really before we go, man, I just want to say thank you so much for what you do and how you do it. You've been a very consistent staple when it comes to KC and the music and just being out there. I wouldn't say elder statesman because I don't want to call you old on camera, but like you've just always been that guy that you can look up and see, man. So thank you so much for what you do.
It's all good, man. We don't mind getting old. You know what I mean? That's the thing for hip hop, man. Is we are now getting to a stage where we get to see hip hop artists and creatives in their elder years, like rock. Grew up seeing Mick Jagger on stage at 70 years old, man. So we're getting to that place with hip hop. So I don't mind that at all.
I love that. Look, I love that, man. Sprinkle some salt for this motherfucker, man. Thank you so much. With that, bro, I want to just thank you and appreciate you, and we got to get up out of here. Bump Jonas here. I'm talking to Emcee Reach. As I always say, love yourself like you try to love the world. Do something to earn your place in the world this week. Just be a dope motherfucker. Y'all have a good one. Peace.